Well, hello again. Name's Kamyab Daddario, and I'm putting another video. Obviously, I'm not going to say the same things that I tell every video repeatedly. Just go watch the first and second video if you want to hear them. I'm going to say new things, like I totally remade the whole 10 pages. I rewrote them, I edited them, and I totally rewrote all of it all over again. So right now for me it's 311 pages, but when the way that I put them in my videos, 2 pages combined to each other, they are, when it's in that form, they become 450 pages. So it's weird, and it's about the size, makes the book bigger and smaller, the pages. And I should mention that yeah, I wanted to add page numbers to pages, but I can't. It gets tricky, but I will still try. So before I start, I should mention that I'm very beyond frustrated. I am tired, exhausted, blah blah blah, and I have to do all things totally myself, all of it, indeed. So let's not talk too much about me. Let's continue with the book story tale. Blah blah blah. That's really cute. Frankly, the way that all things were formed was based on Merkar's ideas and conceives and his guidance and influence upon the creation, upon the lighty creature. Through his life giver, he managed to almost do things the way that he wanted. Ah, damn it. Give me a moment. Through his life giver, he managed to almost do things the way that he wanted. But then, like the creature wanted to go further, thus Merkar's jealousy grew, as the ambition of the Lady One grew. Each time Merkar's ambitions grew, and he became ambitious further, along with the Lady Creature's ambitioning. After all, he was the god of knowledge and wisdom, the perfection, and he fulfilled his purpose beyond what was expected. But his true desire was yet unknown, hidden from the glance of the Lady Creature. He hid his true nature and desire beyond just well. Thus things were based on 7, 9, and 3, and most things were indeed based on Merkar's idealisms, based on Merkar's guidance, upon his wisdom. Thus the Lady Creature perceived Merkar and agreed that it is an idea of wisdom. Thus Lady One knew that there must be only 7 of them, no more, no less. 7 immortal gods and 7 universes, and each world shall have an immortal god for its own, and all of them will have their unique influences for the creation and the void, like creation, perfection, corruption even, and other things such as these. But Lady One did not know which shall be. With the thought coming to the Lady One, a helper for itself perhaps, something that may aid the Lady One, and perfect asset, and assist to the Lady Creature on its great work, like Merkar was. Except not just with ideas and conclusions, a helper to help itself with actual lookalike powers of the Lady Creature. Lady One wanted that, and yet it wanted to keep its uniqueness above. Thus this helper must almost be unto the Lady Creature, not Lady One itself. Thus from the second thought of the Lady Creature, an immortal spirit became forged, with mastery and domination over all structures. Thus from thought came supremacy, ascendancy, descendant. The second Holy One was named Anvil, an equalizer. Anvil, he began to be known as the god of a smith god, for he was the only spirit Holy Spirit, capable with the power and knowledge to create life, to create supremacy, like the Lighty One, to be unto the Lighty creature, to make oblivious come to existence, to hold the void and to fill it with creation. Anvil had a grey skin, like heated steel his skin was. As an immortal god like his brother Merkar, he did not possess a physical form in the void, but within the distant future, when he shall possess his physical form, he shall become equal in sizing compared to his brothers or sisters. Of course, there was variety within them, some smaller and some larger. However, they were different. Their sizes may almost be the same, but their forms were uniquely different from one another. Each of them were unique and looked unique, and each looked like no other. Each were forms of their own, not lookalikes to others. In fact, others were trying to look like them. They were the source and others were copies of them. They were... that is how the blah 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 works. Anyways, so this one I think is from Lord of the Rings. So let us continue. Anvil was a maker. He was different from his brothers, and he did not possess a face like others. Much likely he and the Lighty One were. They were very alike and similar to each other, and yet they had some differences. Neither of them did possess a face, but once you looked at Anvil's face, you could have seen all of creation inside of it. Celestials, universes, galaxies, planets, lamps, and even stars. Things that weren't even born yet, things that did not exist then, yet they were viewable within Anvil's face, but not very clear. They were in fact unclear. His physical form represented him and viewed him and his face directly and clearly, but his unphysical form, just like the rest of unphysical things such as the void and immortal spirits and all things that are like him, like them, that aren't even born yet, were in fact unclear, just like a fog. You couldn't have seen them directly and clearly in his unphysical form. You couldn't have seen Anvil directly in his unphysical form or clearly. Lighty One's face, however, was something different, yet almost looked alike with Anvil's face. And he indeed almost looked alike the Lighty creature. God of a Smith was to be the one who shall help the Lighty creature to create everything properly, and to forge all the structures of all domains, all worlds. A maker, forger, a perfect forger. In other words, Merkar slowly became spiteful, but he also liked Anvil, loved him even. The Lighty creature began to see flaws, matter, problem. Thus the Lighty One began to see a need for a fixer, for something or someone who must fix the mistakes of the past, the flaws of the past, and correct them to perfection. A perfect fixer and corrector, someone who sees and detects the mistakes, the flaws, and shall purify them with extreme tenacity, with a purifier grace, because sometimes things are too far gone beyond repair and cannot be saved, nor are they worth it. Sometimes some things are beyond redemption, and for those times there is literally nothing that can save them. On those times they only must be purified, without caring or blinking or hesitating. So may their corruption sustains only within them, so may it not spread further or farther. And that was what this new thought was going to be like. A purifier, and a fixer alike. It was as this that the third thought came to be formed from the mighty creature. Thus the third Holy Spirit was formed, the third one, pure of all things, loyal and strong, mighty and bright he was. Third one was named Armada, and Armada's loyalty to the mighty creature had no boundaries. He was born with that purpose, although he did in the end take his own form, his own shape, but still the inputted thoughts and influences of the mighty creature did indeed affect him to almost look like an unemotional machine that is bounded by unending loyalty to the mighty creature and seeks to fix and purify all that there is. Corruption. Armada, meaning the golden one or the superior one. In other words, in the distant future, Armada came to be known as superior worship. Armada began to be known as the god of purity, however. The one who shall purify the mistakes, the one who must preserve, the one who must protect and guard all and fix all corruptions that there is. This is obviously from Castlevania. I like this picture. So, a cute rest. This is the last spot actually, so enjoy it. And cleanse and purify the corruption to his own eyes. Armada fixes and corruption, purifies and fixes all, and cleanse and purifies the corruption to his own eyes, if it was literally and necessarily. Armada had things from his own as his nature decreed. He was to be known in the distant future as the Lord of Air, the brightest and the shiniest among immortal spirits, the one who has the ability to control all things that are connected to the air, like wind, clouds, storms, thunderstorms, lightning, even. All were under his control and command. In fact, all of them were his unique influence upon the creation, his unique gift, his source. Yeah. So this was all about it. One of the chapters has ended, and the next video will be another chapter. And yeah, thank you for watching, and hit me with your opinions, comments. I will watch and I will reply if I can. I try to, but be sure that I will watch. And thank you for watching. You've been a wonderful host. Farewell for now. I'll be seeing you soon. Actually I won't, but you'll be seeing my creation.